Ninjago has a massive history spanning literally thousands of years, and through its course we've seen some extremely powerful people. Hey guys, and welcome back to part 2. Today I'm going to be talking about 7 more of the strongest people in all of Ninjago. If you haven't already, make sure to check out part 1, and just like part 1, this will not be a ranking. Let's get right into it. Starting off with number 7, here I have Master Chen from the end of season 4. Now at the end of season 4, Master Chen is able to take all of the elemental powers into his staff, and I think this just makes him super overpowered. For one, he was easily able to defeat Lloyd, the legendary green ninja, with the rest of the elemental powers, and the fact that he has all elemental powers means he's kind of similar in power to the first Spinjitzu master. Of course, he's not like Oni and Dragon or anything, but having an insane amount of elemental powers makes him insanely powerful. I don't really know why Chen just decided to become an Anaconda. I feel like he could have easily taken over Ninjago just because he had so many elemental powers. Definitely incredibly powerful. Going on to number 6, here in this spot I have the Skull Sorcerer. Now the Skull Sorcerer gets most of his power from his pet skull, the Skull of Hazadur, and the skull does give him an insane amount of power. First up, he can resurrect the bones of dead people and creatures, like how he resurrected Griefbringer and how he made his awakened army. Also, he can shoot like magical green blasts of energy, which has shown to be pretty powerful as he used it against the ninja and it was pretty effective. Mostly though just because he was able to resurrect an army of dead people, and because he was able to take over the Gekko and Months, I'm going to put him here on this list. Moving on to the top 5, here we have the Preeminent. Now the Preeminent is the living embodiment of a whole realm, the Cursed Realm. She's basically the queen of ghosts. The ghosts were already super powerful in season 5 because they could possess people, and also because you could only defeat them with water. And the Preeminent is basically those things times 100. Her only weakness is water, and it's safe to say that if Nia hadn't found her true potential in season 5, Ninjago would have been pretty cooked in my opinion. On to number 4 now. In this spot I put Wojira. Wojira is basically a big snake with elemental powers, and that combination almost always means trouble. She has the elemental powers of wind and water, which she uses to make these big storms. The first Spinjitzu master couldn't defeat her, and the ninja were literally helpless against her. The only weakness she has is that she has to have both of her amulets on her head, but if she does have those 2 amulets, she's an unstoppable beast, extremely powerful. Next up at number 3, here we have Nia merged with the sea. Now, right off the bat, she did defeat Wojira, so that already makes her pretty powerful, but in this form, Nia is not only just controlling the ocean, she literally is the ocean, and that gives her a lot of advantages. First of all, she can never really take any damage, because she is just water after all, she can always reform or regenerate. Secondly, she can also take on any form that she wants. She can be humanoid, she can be a dragon, the possibilities are literally endless. And finally, she can still control the water, and because the ocean is such a big part of Ninjago, controlling the ocean gives her a lot of power, which is why she's here. On to number 2 now. In this spot I have 2 of the most recent characters from Ninjago Dragons Rising. Here I have Eagle and Rontu. These are the Dragon Masters. These are the same people that invented Rising Dragon technique, and they're also the same dragons that stopped the Forbidden 5 from taking over all of the wildness. Now I did go more in depth about the Forbidden 5 in my last video, but in short, they are pretty strong and defeating them is no small feat. Eagle and Rontu also probably have a bunch of other skills, like for example they can do Spinjitzu, and Doc White himself has confirmed that Eagle and Rontu are both stronger than the Arc Dragons that we see, and the Arc Dragons, again, extremely powerful beings, so being stronger than the Arc Dragons means you're pretty strong, which I think is definitely the case for Eagle and Rontu. Definitely some of the coolest and strongest dragons we've ever seen. Finally, for number 1 on today's list, here I have the ninja in dragon form. Now, dragon form was only briefly mentioned in Crystallized, so we don't really know a whole lot about it, but we can assume that it is pretty powerful. For one, it does enhance your elemental power. I mean, we saw that the ninja were quite a bit stronger using their elemental powers in dragon form, and also it allowed the ninja to easily defeat the Vengestone army, and Vengestone is typically the weakness to elemental powers, so having having Vengestone immunity definitely makes them pretty strong. Like I said, we don't really know much about dragon form, but we do know that it is the opposite of Oni form, and Oni form we've seen quite a lot. It's shown to be pretty powerful, so it's safe to say that dragon form, the ninja in dragon form, were pretty powerful. But those are all the characters I have for you guys today. Let me know down in the comments if there are any other characters that I've missed. Again, make sure to check out part 1 and make sure to like and subscribe. Other than that, I'll see you in the next one.